morning, everybody. We made it. We're back. We did it. 5 days in Medellin, Colombia. In the books. Again, this year. Last year it was 4 days. This time it was 5 days. And it was the weird, wild, wonderful thing that it was the last time. We went to a cacao farm and we went to a ceramics place. And I've got video of it. Unfortunately, the unfortunate part, the audio didn't work. I used the older mini camera and the audio didn't come out. There was no audio at all. The video was fine. Honestly, there were parts of the video that looked like it was, it looked like it was a VHS. With the saturation and the muddiness of the video. But I'm going to edit everything down, show the highlights. I'll have something with it up at some point in the next 2 weeks, both from the cacao farm and with the ceramics. And then there was also another video that I took. We went to RV Park, and it's not RV, it's ARVI Park in Medellin, Colombia. That was a very long gondola ride from Medellin proper into the jungle, basically. And we walked around the jungle floor, and it was very cool. We saw quartz and the clay they used to make the houses in the area, and so on, and the pottery, and so on and so forth. All of the exotic flowers. The jungle itself is amazing. We saw a lizard. It was pretty cool. Saw lots of different birds. Saw a lot of butterflies, which I thought was really awesome. Just out flying about. We saw the most beautiful blue morpho, where it was blue, but then when it flapped its wings, it would like glide silver and then go back to blue and then silver and then it was amazing and gorgeous. So I didn't get any video of that because the camera was not good enough. So we'll probably stop using that camera forever. And the only reason I was using it was because the batteries last a little longer and it doesn't overheat. Because with the GoPro, it overheats after 20 minutes. 20 minutes of length of whatever is it. And then you're lucky to get 2 or 3 minute increments of video after that, because you have to wait for it to cool down. Otherwise, the heat will just start building up, and that's just kind of what I'm stuck with now. And that's fine. I could have used the iPhone. That might have been a better idea, but I really didn't have any way to hold it. I didn't bring this neck thing with the magnet on it, and I probably should have, but I didn't. I hoped that the smaller camera, the older camera, would work because it was just bright lights and outside, and that's like the most ideal for a camera, and no. And then the audio didn't work, so that was annoying. I also bought a new microphone. That's kind of why I'm using the iPhone today. These cool little things, DJI, we bought this in Colombia. There's a little box here. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the lightning adapter for this iPhone. It only has a USB-C adapter, so I'm using the Bluetooth. One of them's out, as you can see. Here's the other one. It's really cool because it's got a magnet on the back here, so you can like magnet it. Rather than clipping it, you can almost magnet it anywhere on your clothing instead of just clipping it on a corner. It's absolutely fantastic. And its battery it lasts a long time. I've seen several YouTubers use this, and then our friend down in Colombia, who is the professional bartender, Daniel, uses this for all of his audio content, and his audio content is amazing. So I'm hoping I don't necessarily need the box in order for it to sound great. We'll see. Here's the box itself. It's got a little gain on it here, which is actually pretty cool, but it only works when it's plugged in. And then the little thingy's down here, and it's a little, what is it? It's like 6. It's a little 6-prong adapter that kind of goes in there. And there's room over here for the lightning adapter that just comes off, and the lightning adapter goes in there. It just didn't come with one, and unfortunately, they're all back ordered. So, and then the little battery shows you how much battery's in there. I charged it. Everything's charged up. I'm excited. This is going to be fun. Hopefully it sounds great. If it doesn't, I will make lemonade out of this shit box. All right, let's get to what's in front of me now after all of that waffling. Before we left, Matt ordered for me, which, you know, what a guy, what a champ, what a hero, what a thoughtful human being he is. The Columbus Coffee Festival brew box. I believe it was around $35 to $40. It contains samples of coffees from many different coffee roasters around Columbus, Ohio. And here's a little book highlighting all of them. Hello and thank you. So there's little espresso beans in here. I don't know where they went. I thought I put them back in here. Maybe I didn't. I haven't eaten them yet. The chocolate-covered espresso beans, which are a crapshoot. Sometimes they're awfully chewy. Sometimes they're really good, but sometimes they get really chewy. I've got the black Kawaha coffee up in there, so that's good. Boston Stover coffee, Goose Bridal coffee roasters, Jennings Java coffee roasters. Also, there's a little bit of a Stay Fresh thing. I took that with us on the trip, and it was actually pretty nice. There's also granola bars in there from Cooper Street Snacks. Namesake coffee. So this is a Yemeni coffee shop, and I always have problems because it's hard. Kawaha. I'm butchering that, and I really apologize. But it's Haraz in Yemen. I'm excited. Rising Star Coffee Roasters. They didn't include any milk products in this, which was probably a good idea. Sappho and her beans. Amazing. Stoff's Coffee Roasters. Steeped Coffee. The Morning Ritual by the Goat. Neat. Thunder Kiss Coffee, which I see all over Central Ohio. I think I've actually bought their coffee, and it's really nice. Winans Coffee and Chocolate. So yes, so the 10th anniversary year, October 4th and 5th at the Franklin County Fairgrounds for the Columbus Coffee Festival, and enjoy a weekend of coffee, community, and fun. That's hot. So yeah, so it's really cool. Some stuff from the North Market. Columbus Foodies, 2025 foodie discount card. So there's different places around Columbus where this will work. A piece of burlap from the burlap sacks that they used to carry coffee around. They still use to carry coffee around. So that's kind of a fun little novelty. Of course, the Columbus Underground Columbus Coffee Fest mug. Oh, there they are. Chocolate-covered coffee beans, which, like I said, are hit and miss sometimes. I can't wait to talk to you guys about the chocolate, the cacao farm. We'll probably do that tomorrow, since this is going to be a lot of unboxing here, and then making one of these as a cup of coffee, and then we'll continue making a pour over of each one just to see how they go for the next couple of weeks, actually. And we'll talk about my adventures, but tomorrow we'll start with the cacao farm and go from there. So this is an interesting looking coffee, Columbus Peaberry, imported black Kawaha. It's interesting how shiny and kind of oily it is. It's even leaving a residue on the back. That's interesting to me. So grown in Tanzania. Like I said, I have one of those up there, but it definitely doesn't look like that. So that's interesting. So this is the Boston Stoker. This is Abuna Fruta. It's a fruity coffee, tart, sour, sweet fruits. We may start with this one because that seems like fun. These are all sample packs. There's quite a few of them in here. But as I said, I think it was around $35 to $40. Roasted on the 3rd of March. So that's pretty good. Boston Stoker. We'll start with that one. I think that'll be fun. Miner's Medium Coffee Sample from a Goose Bridal Coffee Roasters. Here is the Yemeni Premium Organic Coffee. Here's a granola, a chocolate cherry. That'll probably be lunch today. Home Field, a free appetizer, dine-in, valid with $20 purchase. Expires at the end of the month. So yeah, so Home Field, wherever that is. View the menu right there if you want to. Stoff's Coffee. This is 2 ounces. How many ounces is this? This is 4 ounces, so that's very generous. This feels like 2 ounces. This is 2 ounces. This is 2 ounces, it feels like. If the feels are to be, this feels like about that much. But yeah, this felt heavy. So this is 4 ounces worth of free coffee, or free coffee. Al's Delicious Popcorn, chocolate gold. Al's Delicious Popcorn is a staple around Columbus. Every time we go to Wally, their delicious popcorn is right in the same strip mall. So that's really cool. I like Al's Delicious Popcorn. This is the Jennings Java Coffee Roasters. Taste of chocolate, toffee, and medium acidity. The steeped coffee, this is interesting. This is a tea bag with coffee in it. So it's freshly ground, nitro sealed, single serve brew bag, medium roast. We'll give that a try. Here's a 2-ounce bag of Winans Signature Blend. Milk chocolate, mixed berry, tangerine, hazelnut. That's a nice combination. These are all whole bean, by the way. Here are some stickers. Columbus Coffee Festival. That's is that it might be, no, it's a sticker. We'll say it's a sticker. Marcelo Assis, notes of almond butter, walnut bread, raisins. Okay. So this is Rising Star Coffee. This is a 2-ouncer. Here's a 2.5-ouncer. Sappho Coffee. Sappho and her beans, house blend, Sumatra and Ethiopia. Nuttiness with mellow notes of chocolate and cherries. Ooh, that sounds lovely. Morning Ritual. Coffee breakfast biscuits. I'm sure that's not what it tastes like, but you know, biscuits sound good right now. Morning Ritual. Namesake Coffee. Ethically sourced. Drink intentionally. Very funny. Thunder Kiss Coffee in their signature little brown paper bag, which I love. I love this little brown paper bag. So this is a Guatemala. And good luck with that one if you have a North American Ohio mouth like mine. Oh my goodness. Tasting notes, syrupy sweet, melted milk chocolate. Cool. Nice. And then we've got some more Grandview Cafe. This is free appetizer, it looks like. Bella with the $20. Wow, these all expire at the end of the month. Crafted for you. Okay, so that's your launch. That's your coffee in the box. And that's pretty exciting. And because I'm recording this on the iPhone, it won't overheat, so I don't really have to worry about overheating. So that's good news. Just put all this back in here, and we will give them the burlap. So let's oh, I felt that coming. I felt it coming. Phew. Let's dig into this. I'll clean this out. We'll just use this cup of coffee right there. So Bonafruta from the Boston Stoker, Dayton, Ohio, 1973. Established 1973. Cool. And it's a nice little 4-ounce bag. Thank you very much. That's really good. Everybody else brings their 2 ounces or 2.5 ounces. Boston Stoker in with the 4-ounce bag. So tart, sour, sweet fruits. Scale of 1 to 10. Acidity is a 7. Body is a 6. Sweetness is a 6. Roast is a 3. Is that near? Is the roast being a 3 like near light? Let us see. I'll put it down to. We'll put it down to a 50. 55 for filter. Grab my catch cup. Yes, well, oh gosh, I'm disorganized. There it is. While we were down in the pottery, looking at the pottery, I was kind of hoping, let me just throw those away. I was kind of hoping to find another coffee measuring device down there. And unfortunately, they really didn't have the mold for such a thing. They had gravy boats. They had beautiful gravy boats. They didn't have, unfortunately, something for coffee or tea delivery, which is unfortunate, but, you know, not their fault. What am I going to do? I'm not going to complain. It was beautiful. And again, I'll have video of that, maybe 2 to 3 minutes worth of video, because I thought that I was getting the tour and the explanations and, you know, how everything works. And we had this wonderful tour guide, Laura. She was amazing. We had her for the cacao tour, and then we turned around and booked her again for the ceramics tour. And she just brought a wonderful, beautiful energy. Such a sweet, wonderful woman. Amazing. She was great. She was really great. Okay, what do we got here? So Well, it smells like coffee, so that's a good start. Let's just do a normal 32. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the wind is whipping like crazy outside again today. Warm front, I think, is coming through, and it's just playing havoc with nature, as nature intended to be played havoc with. All right, so we'll do little beans. I've cleaned everything out. There's fresh water in the pot. There's fresh water in here. You know, even though we were only gone for 5 days, I want to make sure everything gets a fair shake, especially with this lovely coffee stuff. Now, this is near a light roast, so I'm just going to hot drop it in. Hot drop. I cleaned all of this out before we left, so... To be honest, you've never seen a shiny interior for a coffee groundy like this one. So, all right, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Oh, it does have a nice fruity smell to it. That's great. Okay, we will add this in here, and we'll go for our normal. Oh, close to 400, I think. I'm all out of sorts. I'm out of practice. Oh, the temperature stayed hot. That's always great. All right, so we'll pulse around 400 into this. I'm gonna start from the, you can't really see from this angle, can you? First nanometer canal, where am I at? 58. I'll just kind of turn it around here so you can kind of see. There's been a lot of, I've been watching some videos on coffee making, and Lance Hendrick has been talking about, I forgot the word for it, steeping times, beginning coffee charge, basically. Oh my God, I'm so out of sorts right now, and it's awful. It'll come to me. But basically what I'm doing now, they talked about a longer sitting time with the initial water hit. I'm just broken. I am broken right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of just keep the bed churning, and we're going to go up to around 200. I don't know if to be honest, I just thought, I wonder if I could use this microphone with the GoPro, and then I thought about it, and it's like the microphone on the GoPro itself is absolutely fantastic. I don't have to do any editing on it. I just transfer it over, and it sounds great. That's kind of why I was wanting to use the iPhone in this manner, because I like the resolution. It's easier to transfer over. It's just that the audio sucks. You know, the onboard microphone for this thing is just the worst, and every breath I would take would break itself over top of the microphone, and it was just wasn't great. All right, so we'll do two pulses. I'll get this up to 200, or 400, excuse me. There we go. It smells wonderful. I'm not sure what the exact difference of these are going to be, but we will find out. I'm going to wash this out right now, because it does look a little dusty. But yes, we had a wonderful time down in Medellin. It was beautiful, and honestly, the first time for the white guy from Ohio who had never experienced a foreign country before, I would say that Medellin, Colombia, is probably fairly extreme. I don't think it's a level 1. I think it's like a level 7. I'm sure there are places on this earth that are, and I say scary, but again, through the lens of a white 48-year-old man who has never left this country, and who has fought every step of the way to deprogram himself from racism. Every step of my life, I've fought and struggled and succeeded. But that environment is kind of scary for someone who was like me. And it was frightening at times still. But I will say this time going down there, having a lay of the land and an understanding of the culture and the things that we should and should not do, such as put our phones in our pockets as opposed to wearing a small bag around ourselves. And there were so many places in like the Medellin downtown area that I just wanted to stop, pull out my phone and take pictures. But I didn't feel comfortable doing that. And it's because on our first trip down there, we were on the metro and I did that. And we went on the metro and someone stole my phone. And then we got it back immediately because I felt it and knew what was happening and caught the guy, who was then, and I've told this story, who was then beat up by one of the lady passengers, who was not happy with what he was doing to the country. Which, hooray for her. And I really appreciated her and her very heavy purse. But, it was traumatizing. Again, white guy, 48, never been out of the country. But it was traumatizing for me. So it was like, I really didn't want to do anything else after that. We got down there. We went on the metro this time again, and we were secure. And I didn't take any pictures, which again, I felt bad for not doing, but still, you've got to, even in, downtown Minneapolis, you've got to protect yourself somehow. And, how we protected ourselves was we didn't pull anything out of our pockets or anything out of our bags while we were in a large public space. So, and that's the same anywhere. I would feel that insecure in Chicago. I did feel that insecure in downtown Minneapolis. I wasn't ready for, the metro down there is great, but I wasn't ready for the amount of homelessness, and people that needed psychiatric care that were on the streets in Minneapolis. I just wasn't. I didn't expect that. And I don't know why I didn't expect that, but I didn't. So it was interesting. Okay. So this again, Bonafruta, Boston Stoker. Smells lovely. And if we have enough of this stuff left, we may do a special, it'd be hard to dial it in, to be honest, but we'll try anyway. We'll just use the rest of each one of these things to try to do an espresso shot with. Why not? That would be fun. But anyway, part of Columbus Coffee Festival, the Columbus Brew Box, this is Bonafruta. So let us see what we can see. Again, a lovely coffee smell, a little bit of a fruit smell. A lot more sweet fruit than tart. Maybe that's just the process of using the Chemex. The Chemex likes to even out stuff. But this is really tasty. This is a good coffee. Yeah. I'm out of practice again. We had coffee while we were down there. I did get like a small cup of coffee. The rest of the coffee that we had stuff in it. I even got this cup of coffee that had sweetened condensed milk in the bottom of it. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that it had sweetened condensed milk in the bottom of it, and that she didn't give me a spoon to stir with. So I drank the coffee, and I looked at the bottom, and I'm like, what's this all over the bottom? And it was sweetened condensed milk, and I'm like, oh no. So the coffee could have tasted a hell of a lot better than it did if I'd had a spoon, but she didn't give me a spoon, so. And I should have thought. It's mostly my fault, so. That's tasty. That's really good. Fruity coffee. Tart, sour, sweet fruits. It's definitely on the sweet side. There's no bitterness at all. And that lends itself to the lighter roast. The roast is a 3 out of 10, so I would assume that is more of a lighter roast. Delicious, absolutely delicious. Boston Stoker, if you see that in a 12-ounce bag or a 1-pound bag or 12-ounce bag, sure. If you see it in a 12-ounce bag, I would definitely grab that if you like inoffensive, straightforward, tasty coffee. I like that very much. We'll do another one tomorrow. I've already gone on kind of long here, even though it is the first day back and such. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. We will continue on, and I will talk more about the cacao farm tomorrow. It was great. Look, we brought back chocolate from it. We did. This is 70%, and it's got bits of mandarin orange in it. Do the cacao tour, and then at the end, here's the stuff that we grow on our farm, and they manufacture it there. It's actually quite fascinating because they are fully self-sustained. They have fishing pools. They have pools where they grow fish. They have 3 separate tanks, from the egg stage to the medium stage to the adult stage, and then they use that for food. And then they have chickens there, and they use chickens for eggs and for food. And then they've got their own herbs there. They had lemongrass that smelled amazing. I'd never smelled lemongrass like that. And the bananas. You have not lived until you have picked a just right banana off of a tree and eaten a banana. The bananas that we get here, that we get in the grocery store, are so vastly different in flavor. It is insane, nuts, crazy, cuckoo, all the words for nuts. It's amazing. And we both bit into that banana at the same time, and we both looked at each other in the same way, and we both went, holy shit. And they grew papayas and just all of the different little tropical fruits that you can grow at that altitude alongside of the cacao plants. And they also had coffee on the but they sold the coffee in a different manner to somebody else, so we weren't able to purchase any coffee. But they had lots of different types of chocolate. We got to grind our own chocolate. We got to make our own chocolate bars, little tiny bars like this size. We got to make 3 little bars each person. We got to add our own little stuff in it. We had lime peel and cinnamon and just a bunch of different. And it was such a fun experience. And we'll talk about that more tomorrow. I'll have video and pictures, and we'll do that. But anyway, thank you for watching today. I really appreciate it. We'll talk more about our trip tomorrow and on Thursday. And until then, I hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.